Hey y'all, welcome to our channel. It's Mr. Mike and Miss Lakaija.
What's up, everybody?
Thank you guys so much for watching our videos these last couple of weeks. We really appreciate you and we value your feedback. Thank you to our new subscribers. Welcome, guys. We can't wait to share our relationship with you, and we hope that we can share some valuable information. Always let us know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. We're open to all feedback and criticism.
Good or bad?
Boop. So today we wanted to have more serious conversations to help you all understand how to get to know your partner, especially in a long distance relationship, because obviously you two don't live together. And so before you live together, there are some things that we think you should know about one another. And so we're going to just jump right in and get to asking. So you want to start?
I'll start. So we're going to go off with the question game. My first question would be, how comfortable are you expressing your feelings?
Okay. I would say that I am very comfortable expressing my feelings. When I was growing up, I used to bottle my feelings in, and it used to be like a lot of tension, and it would make me explode. So as an adult, I've learned I'm going to say however I feel. You're going to take it how you want to take it, because my feelings are my feelings. So I'm going to always express to you whether I'm mad, happy, sad. It don't matter. I'm going to always tell you how I feel about a certain situation, so that I'm not walking around with tension and it's not making our relationship strained. Yeah. What about you?
Me, I'm not going to lie. Trust is a big issue when it comes to me with feelings. So I have to trust a person to express my feelings to a person. Like as far as a partner goes. If it's anybody else outside of, like a relationship or a partner, a significant other, then I will just say what's on my mind. Trust ain't got anything to do with it. However, if it's dealing with a partner, for me, trust is a big part of the issue of me expressing myself. I got to make sure I trust this person, that I know this person ain't going to, go behind my back or use what I say against me, or go off and tell somebody else what's supposed to be kept, between us. So I have a hard problem with trusting people to express issues. And I know a while back I didn't express my feelings. Not at all. You know what I mean? I just kept them to myself and I would just let whatever happen, let it be. Now, I know, I guess the older that I get, I know that feelings need to be expressed, and that comes with counseling, or that comes with also, I got a brother-in-law. He all up in his feelings, Don't get mad at me. But he all up in his feelings. But there ain't nothing wrong with that, I found out. You know what I mean? So that makes it easier for me to express. But the biggest part of making it easy for me to express is the person that I'm expressing it to, and if I trust them. So that's what makes me, I guess, comfortable with expressing my feelings. If I trust a person and if I feel that their energy is good with them.
Okay. So I hear you saying that if you couldn't trust your partner, that it would be more difficult for you to express your feelings. So if you felt like you were at a point where you couldn't express your feelings with someone, why would you remain in that relationship if you couldn't trust your partner enough to express your feelings?
It could probably just be how long the relationship lasts, or you love the person, or maybe you keep thinking that maybe one day I'll get there and I'll feel that way. I mean, there were some times that you be like, yo, I can tell such and such anything. You know what I mean? But then there's other occasions where situations arise and you be like, yeah, I better not say shit to that.
Okay. So in the spirit of, I think one day it'll get there eventually, what does your one day look like? Like, what is that? Is there a time frame on this one day to get there? Because I know for me, if I am speaking of, okay, right now I don't feel this way towards this person, but one day to get there, I'm not going to waste a year or two hoping it will get there. I think my time frame would be at least 6 months. If in 6 months I don't feel like I can trust you or nothing is changing, I'm gonna cut you off. There's no point in me keep wasting time where we only have one life to live and there's other people who the door could possibly be open for. So I guess 6 months would be my time frame of if I can express my feelings to you by now, or I've expressed my feelings to you and you don't accept how I feel very well, there's no point of us continuing on. So how do you feel about, or what is your thought?
I
What are
mean,
your
if
thoughts?
if that's your outlook of it, then that's your outlook of it.
Right.
That's what gets you along, surviving through the day of your life or whatnot. I knew you was gonna say 6 months too, but
You know me well. But what? No, but I asked that because I want to hear yours because I heard you say that you
I don't
might
have a
hope.
timeline. I don't put a timeline on anything.
So you telling me that if me and you in a relationship, right? Now obviously we've built trust and we tell each other everything and we express our feelings ever so
I feel
often.
comfortable. It's about comfortability, and I feel comfortable around you.
Yeah, but we're trying to tell people how to communicate better, I guess, in a sense. So if you're saying that you feel like you will not express your feelings with someone if you're not comfortable with them and you don't trust them, is there a limit of how long you will give somebody to trust them? Because are you gonna waste, I don't know, 2 years hoping one day you could trust somebody? There has to be if you saying it's not 2 years, that's too long. There has to be some other time frame for you to say, okay, I want this to work. If it don't work by here, then I'm just wasting my time.
I don't have a limit. I just think when stuff don't work, eventually it will fall off.
Okay, and what does eventually falling off look like to you though?
Like that relationship ends, or whatever that problem is ends, and people go their separate ways.
But how do you get to that point if you never express to your partner, hey, I haven't been able to gain trust with you, and that's why I'm not able to express my feelings with you?
I don't know how to answer that question, but for me, and just for me, I don't have a time limit on anything. I just think things will work out how they are supposed to work out. If
Okay.
it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, then that shit ain't gonna work. Doesn't matter if it's 6 months, a year, 5 years, 15 years. It doesn't matter. Of course, if it's that long, 15 years, of course you're gonna feel like you wasted time. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't have a time limit, man.
Okay, that's cool. So, okay, I guess a follow-up question from me would be, let me think. Hold on. I had the question, but I was listening actively and it kind of slipped my mind. So, I just feel like, I guess maybe because I express my feelings so much that maybe I am confused on why someone would spend years with somebody who they can't express their feelings with. So I guess my question is, if you felt that way about somebody, would you feel obligated to tell them, hey, this isn't working for me for this reason, and give them the reason of why you can't trust them or why you haven't built that trust in them and why you can't express your feelings? Or do you just go along hoping one day you can magically trust this person and express your feelings? As in, do you think your partner is a mind reader of knowing, oh, this person never expresses their feelings to me, they can't trust me? Nobody's going to know that unless you say that. So I guess my question is, do you feel it's important to communicate how you feel in the matter of not trusting and being able to express yourself?
Nobody's a mind reader. I think if you have something to say that's important, you probably should say it. But regarding your question, personally for me, I don't think that even if I tell you, like Lakaija, I don't trust you enough to express myself to you. You wouldn't be able to give me that trust automatically. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that you would be able to work on trust. If somebody's working on trust, then it's false. So I think trust has to come natural and genuine. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that you can be like, oh, my partner doesn't trust me enough to express himself, so I got to do this or I got to do that to help him out to express himself to me. It doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't work like that. Either you do or you don't. It's just a feeling that, okay, I trust this person to open up to him.
Okay.
Like
and I guess
a woman will express themselves probably months and months before a man will express themselves. You don't agree with that?
No, I'm listening. I've been practicing the art of waiting to give somebody the time in case they want to add something on to what they want to say. So I don't want to start talking when you have an unfinished thought because you may be just processing what you're trying to, what all of your thoughts. Just like before, it just happened where I paused and I was like, okay, I'm gonna talk, but then you started talking again, and I was like, dang it, I should have paused longer. So excuse my pauses. I go to school for this type of stuff, so I guess sometimes I practice it in our relationship, which is what makes us work so well. Huh?
So she about to be a doctor.
You're so silly. But no. I hear what you're saying, and I just wanted you to finish your thought in case you had something else to say before I intervened.
No, I didn't have anything else to say on that.
Okay, so what I heard you say before was that, let me just summarize. You said that trust cannot be worked on because it will be false, and I heard you say a woman will express herself before men. So let me address the first part of that. The first part was trust can't be worked on. I personally feel like that's false because if we are solid, right? But if you came to me in the beginning of our relationship and said, something about you is making me not trust you, and I can't express my feelings to you because of the lack of trust I have in you, I feel like I would say, okay, I hear what you're saying, but how can we work on this? Because there's a way for us to work on this. And I guess from my standpoint, I would say, okay, I think that we can work on this by every day we have a deep discussion. We can talk, okay, hey babe, how was your day? That's the bare minimum of, okay, I can express my day to you and tell you every single thing that happened. And it might sound petty, right? But it's not, because that's the beginning of, I trust you enough to tell you every single thing that happened during my day, even if it's the smallest thing, right? So that's where that comes in. I think that's how we started to build trust in one another, is that I didn't used to tell you everything right away. I felt like, oh, I had a good day. School was cool, right? But then eventually it was, man, this girl pissed me off today. Or this lady, I had an altercation with somebody. Or, man, I felt really down today because this happened. It started to become a deeper conversation because it was deeper than surface level, oh, I'm good, right? So I feel like that's one way you can start to build trust. And then it goes a step further than that. I won't get into it, but I'm just saying that it's not false because we've had a discussion about, I don't trust you. And so now we're both deciding to work on the trust that we want to build with one another. So that's not false to me. That's both of us coming to a conclusion that, okay, something's not right here. Let's take the time to figure out what's wrong and try to figure out a way to make it better. That's not false, in my opinion.
Right. So what you just explained between me and you, it came natural. we didn't have to discuss that you didn't trust me or I didn't trust you, right?
Mm-hmm.
It came natural.
Right.
That's the point that I'm getting at. I think it should be natural and not spoke upon, um, if the trust isn't there. Like if you had done something to me for you not to, for me not to trust you, then yes, speak on it. But if it's just not there, then it's just not there. So my opinion is, you can't, you can't, you can't make me trust you.
So then what's the point of dealing with somebody who you feel like you can't trust? If you
Right?
have that if you have
Exactly.
that initial feeling of, man, I can't tell this person I don't trust them, so there is no point in me, no point. I feel like if you're in a relationship and you feel like I like this person enough to want to stay with them, but I can't trust them, then what is stopping you from expressing, hey, I feel like there's something here that makes me not trust you. I would like to work on that because I want to learn to build trust with you so that we can move forward in our relationship. Because if you're stuck in the beginning of we don't even have trust, what are you going to have in the long run? If you can't even
So,
express yourself in the first place of this is the problem.
okay, so if those questions came up, if I didn't trust you, how would I know that it's not staged or you're not putting in that extra fake effort to get me to trust you? I'm not saying it's going to be fake, but I just want stuff to be natural and real.
That's what you want, but your reality isn't, I mean, what you want isn't reality if you're trying to build something with someone. So you can say it's staged, but it can't be staged if we had a conversation about it potentially being staged. Stage sounds like a horrible word to use, but stage in a way I'm thinking of it is we agreed to have a game changing plan. So if you come to your partner and you say, hey, this is the problem, when a therapist gives you homework, that is staged, right? But that homework is to help you get better. So that it's staged, but it's still something that's going to help you build and be better.
Self reflection, though.
If there's no self, I mean, okay, in a relationship, there's three parts: me, you, us equals three, right? But at the end of the day, the three involves the two people. So it doesn't matter if you feel like it's staged or not. The point that you brought it up and the point that your partner is willing to work on it is an important factor that says, hey, yes, some of these things will be staged, but the point of the stage is to set up the movie to come out correct.
So, what ways, if I didn't trust you to open up to me, what ways would you try to get me to open up to you?
I would say that if I think I have too much experience, I would say that me and you will have a discussion. So okay, let's pretend we know nothing about we're starting over, right? You're coming to me and you tell me what you want to say about not trusting me.
What's up, light skin?
Boy, this ain't the beginning. This is us already in a relationship for 5 months. We're in a relationship for 5 months, for example, and you feel like, man, I can't express myself to this woman. Something about her is making me not trust her. So you decide one day, I need to talk to her about this because what's the point of us staying in a relationship if I don't trust her? So you come to me and you say, babe, this is how I feel. Okay, so let's start from right there.
This is gonna be hard for me because I would have never come to you like that because I want it to be natural.
But it can't be natural if it hasn't happened in 5 months. Then how is it going to happen if you haven't expressed it?
What I'm saying is, I want it to be natural. Is I just want it to eventually come out that I will be able to trust you. Because if I don't, if it's talked on that, hey, I can't express myself to you, and then we talk on how the ways are for me to be able to express my feelings to you, emotion, my emotions to you. To me, it's going to feel staged. And then now I'm going to feel like, okay, she's only doing this because of what I said. Is this her, or is she just trying to please me?
And how does that make you feel if you were to tell somebody that I don't trust you, and then they started to work on building trust with you? How would that make you feel to feel like it's staged?
But how do you build trust, though? I'm sorry not to answer your question.
You build trust by constantly talking with somebody and connecting with somebody. So if it's been 5 months and you haven't been able to trust them, then that y'all connection is just not there, period. So is there a point in you still talking, still being with somebody? Do you give up, or do you be honest? That's where I think relationships have a hard time, because people aren't honest. So if you're not honest about I can't trust you, then are you being honest within the relationship and with yourself if you can't even express this is an issue?
I don't think it's a case of me being honest with myself. I just think it's a case of me waiting to see when my emotions or my feelings feel comfortable of coming out and expressing them to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna step back. I heard you say that it's not about being honest, it's about waiting, right? So what are you waiting? You're waiting for it to naturally feel like, oh my goodness, now I can trust her. Now I can express my feelings. This sounds like a genie in a bottle or something like that. How does, I just don't get why you would keep talking to this person if you can't even say simple things like, hey, this is the issue. You want it to be natural so bad, but it's not natural if it hasn't happened. So
that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't put a time limit on it, because I don't know when that is going to come. Like you, like a female, or like even you was blunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were blunt. You said whatever came to your mind. And I think that makes another person feel that they can be blunt back with you, and say what comes to their mind. And I also think that feelings and expressing them to yourself, it also comes with experience.
Okay, so if you were to get in a relationship with somebody who wasn't as blunt as me, and you weren't able to express yourself or be truthfully honest, you wouldn't be with that person, right?
Eventually it wouldn't work out, correct?
Yeah, so then what? I guess I'm confused on, okay, I understand us and I understand myself, right? But as far as us trying to, I guess, help people understand one another in a long distance relationship, are you telling people that if a person is coming off and they don't seem blunt and honest, you shouldn't try to pursue a long distance relationship?
No.
Because it's sounding that way if another person's long distance relationship, if they're not expressing, okay, we've been talking for this long, something is missing here. If you can't say that, then what's the point?
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm not saying that you have to be blunt, because everybody has their own personality, the way they go about relationships,
Yeah.
or how to ease into relationships.
Okay.
So that's why I don't put a time limit on it.
Okay. Well, babe, we've been going for almost 25 minutes, and I feel like this would be. I think we should summarize. I don't know. What do you want to do? Because we haven't come to any real conclusions. I feel like this is a good point for audience. If you've watched this video, what are your opinions and thoughts on, I guess, our two different opinions? I guess I would say my opinion is that if you can't have an open, honest conversation with somebody and express yourself after months of time, then there's no point in being in a relationship. And you should just move on. Because a relationship is built on trust and being able to express yourself. I mean, it's built on many things, but those are two of the main things, right? So that's my opinion. What is your conclusion of today's discussion?
I do not disagree with you. It's just my opinion is I don't have a time limit on it.
Okay. And what was our original question? I'm forgetting.
It was how comfortable are you expressing your feelings?
Okay. How comfortable are you? So I would say today's conclusion could be, make sure you ask somebody these questions. Because right now, since I know him, I know he's comfortable expressing his feelings. And it gives us a good relationship, right? But if you meet somebody long distance and you ask an important question like this in the beginning, because I'm pretty sure we did this in the beginning before that we became this close. And if you ask somebody this question and they say, I need to learn to trust you first, now I guess you just go from there, right? But if they say, I'm not really good at expressing my feelings or whatever the case may be, I feel like if somebody told me that and I was just getting to know them, I would instantly say, I don't think I could be with somebody who isn't open and honest about how they feel, because in one way it feels like you are covering something up and you're hiding something and you can't truly be yourself. And I can't be around people who don't know how to be themselves. Two, I would feel like this wouldn't work because I'm a very open and honest person. If you're not a very open and honest person, then maybe you and a very non-open, honest person can be together. But for me, I have to be compatible with somebody in that type of way. And so that's why I would say it wouldn't work out, if that makes sense. Anything else you want to say?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Boy. But yeah, as y'all can see, that was a kind of healthy. I'm using the word. Yeah, a deep discussion, right? And that was just off one question. We planned to do a couple questions, but these are some topics that you can have with somebody to get to know them better. So we hope that this wasn't too heavy for you guys. And as always, leave your comments, questions, concerns, whatever you want to say. We value all feedback. And as always, we want to end our sessions with a little prayer and give you well wishes. I cannot talk today. All right, so. So, God, we know that this conversation was a little bit deep. We hope that we were still able to teach somebody something and to be able to allow people to know that it's important to express yourself and your feelings with your partner so that you can become closer and have a deeper connection. And we hope that what was said here today clicked in someone's mind and that people aren't afraid to express how they felt about this session towards us so that we can know how to help people moving forward. We appreciate you, God. We love you for everything. We thank you for this opportunity to share with people. Amen.
Amen.
All right, y'all. Well, y'all have a good Wednesday, rest of your Wednesday, and a good Thursday. We will see y'all on Friday. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you want to reach out and have other people subscribe, that's cool too. We also created a short for you guys to thank our subscribers. It was on a Tuesday, so it was like, you know what, we wanted to gift you guys with a short little video. It was our vacation when he came here, so if you have a chance, check it out. And we hope to see you guys Friday. Mwah.